Hello! Welcome to new game releases. It's Tuesday, and we're going to talk about all of the brand new video games coming out, of which there are, not a lot. So, if you'll excuse me, I'm just going to drink this coffee. Hold on. Yeah. Hey, that's really good. You guys ever had coffee before? Huh? You should try it out. It's like really good. Okay, what is coming out? Well, like I said, it's not a lot. Really, it's mostly ports and kind of like, just throwaway smaller titles, nothing really big or fancy. I guess the biggest thing really is Apex Legends is finally coming to the Switch on March 9th. Today, Tuesday, March 9th. So, hey, if you have a Switch, you never played Apex, you should probably check it out. It's a phenomenon, right? What else we got? Stronghold Warlords is coming out for the PC. Don't know anything about that. Doodle Devil Evolution. Threevolution. They spell it really weird. It's like Threevolution. Oh, who gives a shit? It's coming out this week on PC, PlayStation 4, PlayStation 5, the Switch, and Xbox One. Monster Energy Supercross Part 4 is coming out for all of you weekend warriors out there. PC, PlayStation 4, PlayStation 5, Stadia, Xbox One, and the Xbox Series S and X. Yeah, that's a turtle. What else we got? Crash Bandicoot 4, It's About Time, is coming out on PlayStation 5, Switch, and Xbox Series S and X. That came out last year for the other consoles. Now you're getting your Switch version and your upgraded current gen console versions. So, yay. Finally, the comic strip webcomic Cyanide and Happiness. Their video game is coming out called Freak Apocalypse Part 1. That'll be out on PC and Switch. If you're a big Freak Apocalypse, or I'm sorry, Cyanide and Happiness fan. The game is called Freak Apocalypse. As you can tell, I am a huge fan. Huge! Remember that? Remember Donald Trump? What happened to that guy? Who knows? Maybe he's dead. Nah, he's not. Is he? I don't know. Am I going to get a phone call after this? Finally, notable titles of the week. Ten years ago, Yakuza 4 came out on the PlayStation 3. You see, 10 years ago, nobody gave a shit about Yakuza. It wasn't until just recently, I'd say in the last, 3 or 4 years, that people finally started paying attention to it. Did it help that they basically started the franchise over with 0 and then re-released 1 and 2 and then 3, 4, 5 and 6? Maybe. It was a way for people to catch up because the first one came out on PS2 a long time ago, like 2006 or 7, something like that. Anyway, Part 4 came out 10 years ago. Nobody really cared like they do now. So it didn't do very well. And in fact, when Part 5 came out, it didn't even get a physical release. It went to digital. 4 was the last physical one until 0. So, anyway, yeah, that's that. Don't have much to say about that. Sorry. 20 years ago, we had Onimusha Warlords, which was a PS2 game. And one of the first big single-player narrative-driven adventure games that the PlayStation 2 had. They're kind of their launch titles are a lot of like fighting games, racing games, sports games, things like that. Onimusha was the first one that put you in control of a character, and you played through an entire game as that. It's a samurai game with a twist where you're fighting demons and an undead Nobunaga Oda. Um, so, historically accurate. Anyway, it was the first million seller PS2 title. And yeah, spawned a big franchise. It had two sequels, three sequels, a couple spin-offs. Great game. A port or like a remaster came out last year for all the modern consoles, and it's amazing, fantastic. You can get through it in like 4.5 hours. Really fun action adventure game. Has like some Dark Souls kind of like vibe to it, where you're like killing enemies and gathering their souls to like upgrade your stuff. So not nearly as hard. You can actually play it on easy and breeze through it even faster. But yeah, say check it out. Mm. Had to gear up for this next one because 30 years ago we are talking about Street Fighter 2. Boom! Right there. That's it. One of the most important video games in history came out this week, 30 years ago in North America. After a launch in Japan in February, came out to the rest of the world in March, and it blew up. It was a massive, massive success. People were coming to the arcades in droves and numbers that they hadn't seen in almost 10 years with the release of Pac-Man. This was a cultural, worldwide phenomenon. Street Fighter 2 was on lunchboxes and T-shirts. They made little G.I. Joe toys. There was a movie. It was massive. You know what I mean? Like, you know, games will come out, right, and they'll leave an impact for a little bit. You're lucky if people remember your game at the end of the year sometimes, right? The fact that Street Fighter 2 came out, I'm talking about it 30 years later, and you still have games in that franchise coming out. I mean, Street Fighter, there's like a new version of Street Fighter 5 coming out this year. So, I mean, it created a whole new genre in the fighting game. Fighting games were around, but they weren't like this. They were slower. They were more about like actual karate tournaments where you like gain points by like hitting. You kicked your guy in the face. That's 10 points or whatever. This was like straight up just beating the shit out of somebody until they were down on the ground. They didn't get up. Great game. It brought a lot of people into gaming who hadn't been there before, and basically created a whole subculture around itself. And really, you wouldn't really have the esports craze as you have it today if it wasn't for games like Street Fighter coming out, where people would make tournaments, get together, hang out at arcades all day, taking turns, fighting each other, trying to become the best in your local scene or whatever. It's revolutionary, groundbreaking. I mean, what else can you say about Street Fighter 2? Every hyperbolic, positive word that you can think of, you can say about Street Fighter 2. Yeah, so that's it. Hey, Turtle Coffee, I'm going to finish this and hope that you have a great day. All right, take care. Bye-bye. That was a decaf, by the way, just in case you were wondering.